For once, my friends, you can believe the hype. Dune 2021 is a feast for most of the senses. The visuals are amazing, the soundtrack incredible. Truly, you need to see this on the biggest screen that you can find. IMAX if possible, super screen if necessary, and normal screens if you absolutely must. The acting's pretty solid as well, and if you've been wondering, then I can confirm that at no point in this film do you see Sting in his underwear, and nobody gets poisoned with a poison where the only antidote is from the milk of a cat. Those were just Sting being Sting and David Lynch being David Lynch. No. Here we have an amazing looking film with incredible visuals and cast from a director who really and truly knows what he's doing in making a 2.5 hour film, which is also the first half of a book. Yeah, the reason that you need to go and see this on a big screen is that your mind can be so blasted and amazed by everything else happening that it can't quite notice that this is a film based on the first half of a book, and as such has all the issues associated with being a film based on the first half of a book, i.e., a ton of stuff is set up and virtually nothing is paid off. Oh, don't worry though, the sequel for this is 99% guaranteed, as the funders are not judging its success by box office, but by HBO subscribers, because my beloved silver screen is barely even an afterthought anymore. Now, back to Dune, and I really wish that the 155-minute runtime had developed the plot a bit more, because despite being such an amazing film, it's all surface level. I didn't feel anything when a character I'd seen in maybe one scene in passing betrayed a character I'd seen in maybe 3 scenes. I didn't feel the anger, shock and betrayal. It was just a thing that happened. When an evil mastermind was on screen, I didn't feel in awe of his intellect and cunning. I was told about his intellect and cunning. My eyes and ears were drowning in content, but my brain was on starvation rations. I mean, you'd think in a film getting close to 3 hours I would care about someone on screen, but I just didn't. And that's no fault on the director. A ton of this book's plot takes place inside people's heads, and unless you want to have half the film focused on people's faces whilst their inner thoughts play over it, like in an anime film, then you're gonna struggle. Because I knew the reputation for this film, so I went in prepared. I read the 500-page book. I saw the Lynch film, and
Pray for Mojo,
the one starring James McAvoy that was released in 2003, so I knew what was happening on screen. But as I always say, the books don't matter. Previous films don't matter. TV miniseries don't matter. My eternal and unchanging stance is that if I have to read around your film to understand your film, then you have made a bad film. I understand and accept that I will get less from a film than a fan would, but I still expect to understand what's going on screen at a surface level. I expect one of the most evil, cunning characters in fiction to be proven to be one of the most evil, cunning characters in fiction. For our heroes to think that they are winning, completely unaware that they are being allowed their moves, because the end result is never in doubt, and I didn't get that here. Also, with the majority of the film taking place on a barren, sun-blasted world where every drop of water is an unimaginable luxury, the heat should be an extra oppressive character, but everyone just looked like they had stepped out of an air-conditioned room. Where's the sweat, the burned skin, the cracked lips? I mean, I had an amazing time with this film and the world it created. I could even buy that 10,000 years from now we're all going to dress like gritty reboots of Power Rangers, but the pacing was slow when it needed to speed up. It needed to introduce characters and then develop them so that I felt for them, empathise with them. It's all so serious you'd think that Christopher Nolan had had a look over the script before filming started. I mean, I'm not expecting a comedy, but a few jokes between friends, a scene of a family being a family as opposed to people doing things because things need to be done. Again and again and again, things happened, and I understood why and what faction was doing them, what they hoped to gain, because I'd done my homework, but for a layperson, good luck out there. There were scenes where I wanted to feel tension, scenes where I wanted to be on the edge of my seat, but I just wasn't. Exciting scenes weren't. When someone is fleeing for their lives from the roided out cousin of the worms from Tremors, I expect to be excited, not just thrilling at the CGI, otherwise I'll just go and watch Tremors again. Do I recommend Dune 2021? Yes. Even though it's slow when it wants to quicken up the pace a bit and quick when it wants to slow down a bit more, even though it needs to develop its people a lot more, it's still an experience. A reminder that no matter how good your phone or plasma, it can never truly match up to the size and scale of the silver screen. Even though I didn't feel anything for anyone, I want to see this film again so I can be immersed again, and I guess that's sort of feeling something? It's also a good introduction to the director, but I still prefer Blade Runner 2049 and Arrival. Now, those were classics. Until next time,
live long and prosper.
So I definitely think that you should see it. But what do you guys think, and what is your favourite film based on the first half of a book? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a donkey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.